What's good, y'all? The baby's good. He's such a good baby. How are you, Ash? Because you're close to being due, right? I know that you guys were close together. Hold on, let me drop this fucking thing. Where'd you go? Hi! How is everybody? Ash, you still here? Do you love it? Yeah, he's such a good baby. Hi, guys. I know, my bad. Hi, Stewie. Oh, you're at the doctor now. Right, but y'all was super close, right? She wasn't due until next week, but I knew that it's just my luck. Pity pause. What's good? Thank you. Right, right. She was due before you, the day before. And listen to me. I'm kind of enjoying the break, if you will. I did a lot of press today, so I've been busy. Actually, I should check. I did a news interview. Hold on, I'm in the wrong account. I know, Cheryl. I heard that y'all were kind of losing it without me. It's crazy how hi, Cake Rocks. It's crazy. Y'all know what I deal with now? I need a raise. Hi, Sherry. I heard that from quite a few people, actually. People like, you're not leaving ever again. I was like, oh, you get it? Hi, Sunshine. It's work, y'all. And like, I heard, Pity Paws, I've been hearing little bits and pieces of it. Ryan, I've been hearing bits and pieces of it. It was nice to take a break. Hi, Saigo. Next up is Florida. I'm going to be packing some things. It's pouring outside, y'all. I just heard it. I'm going to be packing some things. Oh, crazy. Isn't it crazy, WTF? It's crazy. Hi, Pineapples. I didn't see you. Y'all, I wish you knew what my chat does. Like, the way that things come in, I miss so much. I normally have to, like, go back on the replay and watch it so that I could catch up. Yeah, it wasn't raining. I went to Walmart. I had some things that I needed to do. And so I did that. Hi, one more oxymoron. I always love your name. That one and Dirty Hooker. Where's Dirty Hooker? Hi, Stagey. I know, the witch has some catching up to do. You know? You missed a day around here, and it's like you missed 7 seasons of a show that you watch, and I'm still in, like, trial mode, you know? Oh, listen, I would live in Arizona, right? I would live. Hi, Joni. Hi, Kathy. I know. So I did. Pity Paws. He's such a good baby. My sister is so lucky. Hi, Crystal. So lucky. But my son was like that. My son was, he was a good baby. And then I got blessed with my daughter who was colic and a nightmare. Still, currently. Hi, Naps. To this day. I did catch up a little bit on Lori. I'm just gonna play this clip, and we could all react to it together. Hi, Goddess Karma, thank you. Yeah, Psycho Buddy. I was like, she said what? Listen, I miss a lot around TikTok, so I can't say shit. Hi, Meepers. What's the timestamp on that? Hold on. 2002. 2002. All right? Lori, girl. Listen, Casey Anthony, I wouldn't even engage.
Yeah, I miss our music. I really do. I'm not going to lie. Sunshine? Hey, oh, okay, Michelle got you. I was going to ping you just so they could see you. See if you get your little attention real quick. If that's what you think, then you think that. Maybe get some humor in your life, buddy. You know, put a smile on your face once in a while or twice in a while. Or look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. Bet you can't do it. Bet you fucking can't do it. Bet you can't do it. And you can't look the motherfucker way. Look in that motherfucking mirror, bro. Yeah, look at it. Talk to yourself. Talk to yourself. Bet y'all motherfucking can't do it, because I'm going to tell you now.
Girl, thank you, Naps. Do you own a mirror? Do you own a mirror? Because I bet that's projection straight out of that fucked up mouth of yours, okay?
Me, others, I'm not even gonna, that's irrelevant, but me, we broke motherfucking down in a minute. Your flaws, every motherfucking thing. You gotta look in that mirror and talk to yourself. You can't fucking do it without fucking crying. That's talking to yourself some real shit, bro.
Now, Lori, not to flex, okay? But this is kind of like a mirror, right? And I could promise you that my life, okay, it is a lot better than your life. I could promise you, all right, that doesn't happen when I talk to myself. Maybe you know, because you're in this like fucked up situation and you don't seem to recognize it, so you just keep spiraling like off the deep end, right? You just keep making it worse for yourself. Not quite helping the situation. What up, Bex? Not quite helping the situation that you're in. I appreciate y'all, right? Just making it worse for you and the people around you, by the way, right? You don't want to talk about that, though. You don't want to talk about that? Girl, get off the fucking internet and get your fucking priorities right. No? Anything but that? Are you that desperate for attention and validation that you are legitimately, like, ruining your life? Listen, I love Mickey Mouse fan. Hi, Jess. So I'm confused. Because I don't think that many of us feel that way about ourselves. I don't know about you, but I am a fucking warrior, bitch. Okay? I know. She also said something about Jamaica, and I wasn't quite sure where she was going with that, right? Because, like, Jamaica is not and will never be a U.S. Puerto Rico is not a state, babe. It's not a state. I don't know what you were doing, and I also think that you are super mad, cape and all, right, that Andy was in that live last night. You get really frustrated with people that do things for people. What's your beef with All For One? Honestly, you're big mad that he knows about resources. Guess what you're not going to get, Lori? Resources. I did see that you finally found out that Trump is not liking your kind of people, though. I'm living for that reaction. I am living for him making your bum ass go to work. Oh, is it Stewie's birthday? Happy birthday, Stewie! Big mad, y'all. Big mad. Big mad. Right? I can't wait. Her whole fucking, she is gonna like throw herself into the fire. Hi, Darkness Falls. Throw herself into Psycho Bunny's fireplace, right? When she finds out that she's gotta work. Also, I saw a couple of people post, Lori, you absolutely said you weren't going to work. More than once. Okay, more than once. Listen, I'm actually like, I have like, my work ethic is insane, right? So it doesn't bother me. Allegedly. Hi, Thug Guy Squishy. But like, work might give you some confidence in yourself, right? It might make you feel good about yourself because, baby, I fucking promise you, you don't feel good about yourself. You don't feel good about yourself. How could you? You're stuck on the fucking internet trying to get attention. Thank you. Trying to get attention from the internet where everybody knows that you're a piece of shit. Everybody. I'm always amazed at these types of this class of people, if you will, right? That think that these people, thank you, are watching her because like she's made it in life. Bitch, they're watching you because you are a train wreck. A train wreck. Rose, maybe you're right. You're right. I kind of just thought it. She's grading. She is grading. Maybe she could grade in 51st or 52nd state. Does anybody know? Hi, Spada. Does anybody know what those states are? Is she thinking they're Hawaii and Alaska? Oh, my bad. I suck at this. My bad. I'm sorry. I just kind of expect my mods to do it for me.
Okay, are you ready for this one? You ready? You're not ready for this, okay?
Well, there's Ryan right there, and I was
right
to come
here
up and
she
say
is.
what Ryan's going to tell you. There she
The
is.
2 makeup palettes, and I have to be careful with my camera because I do have my son out here, so hold on 1 second. Unlike her, I don't parade my
We
kids.
can't see.
How do I put up green screen? Oh, there it is.
Uh-oh.
You need the big box? Oh, I got you.
No, I just want to
got
show this. So this palette specifically that she used today. Oh, you can't see it.
You need the big box, Ryan.
No, it's not that serious that I need the big box. But anyway, the 2 palettes that she used today, the red one, the red radiance one, and then the lemon one, those were specifically sent to F. I sent her 2 eyeshadow palettes with like a goodie box. This was before the court hearing. I also sent them inspirational stickers and the Care Bear stickers. Now, I don't need praise. You know me. Like, she thinks Psycho Bunny sent them. That was fine with me. I don't care. But not only does she have this palette, but she also has the other palette. And she has the audacity to say that, whoa, you're mad. I'm upset because that was for your child.
Correct.
Those were nice things for your child to have good, nice makeup that, and then it went to Annie's house. So how exactly, like maybe F took it there? I don't know, but it's just the point. Like, they weren't for you. Like, they weren't for you.
Yeah, and Lori, those stickers on your phone that you think are Psycho Bunnies and you were being so snide about, those are from Ryan. But enjoy those. They weren't from me.
Like, we were laughing. We've been laughing about this since she said it. Dude, because she was like,
can't stealing from your own kids, dude. I can't.
Care Bear stickers, Lori?
Right.
Care Bear stickers.
Psycho Bunny's like, what
is makeup palettes?
Right.
Fucking stimulants? Right. It doesn't end.
Like, what is she talking about? And I was like, I sent those in the gift box. They were supposed to arrive when Psycho Bunny was there because there were some things that one of the children needs, and we wanted her to have good things that fit her properly. And they were supposed to arrive when Psycho Bunny was there so that she could help if needed. Well, they got that big snowstorm and it arrived a day or 2 after she left. No big deal.
Right.
But then I see her with these today on Mickey Mouse Fans Replay, and I'm like, what? Like, what? What is happening? Are you kidding me right now? Your kids can't have anything that's theirs. Nothing, apparently.
Terrible.
Yep. So.
That's what I came up to say.
Terrible.
I was looking for
Ryan.
Ryan.
There's no, like, those, you know. I'll say too much, but Lori, you're a piece of shit, dude. Why do you take things from your kids? Like, as mothers, we give to them, not take from them.
And I sent them each a very nice card. I separated their stuff because obviously Jay got things that were a little bit cheaper F, because she's younger and I was afraid this might happen. I knew that Jay would, protect her stuff better, and Jay got some really expensive palettes that she deserves. And I sent really nice cards with motivational, I know what it's like to be there and be a teenage girl and have, your world turned upside down. And I even said respectfully in the cards, these are for you, not your mother. And
I
yes,
feel like I feel like she's one of those. I don't even want to call her a woman, but in lack of a better word, woman. She's one of them women that are like jealous. Like it's like they're jealous of. It's not normal in any way, shape, or form.
yeah, it's really unfair. And I know that makeup, like they got a lot of makeup for Christmas. It looked like it came from Five Below. Nothing wrong with that. But I just wanted the girls to have something nice that was their own, that they, it sucks.
No, you're not. You didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, it sucks being a teenage girl. And
Facts.
are really, I feel for those girls. And it just really, it hurts my heart for the girls. It doesn't make me angry at Lori per se. It hurts me more than anything because they were for them. You couldn't just let them have them. You just couldn't help yourself. And there you are holding it up. And I was like, all right, okay.
Oh, and they're not Psycho Bunny stickers.
Yeah.
Someone call the higher ups. Allegedly, I gotta tell you, you're one of those people that when I come across your comments, they always make me giggle. Okay.
We laughed so hard because Psycho Bunny said, Ryan, I couldn't figure out what she was talking about. I was like, they were in that gift box. I sent them inspirational stickers, strawberry shortcake stickers, like all kinds of just cute girly stuff, like.
No, and listen, I understand. Like I think that a lot of us as women and mothers, like real moms, right? We feel for them, right? It's a really, no matter what, it's a shitty situation, right? Because at the end of the day, she is still their mother. And even if you have grown up with an abusive mother, that never goes away. Like you're always seeking the validation or the love that you should get from your mom, right? Yeah, listen, Wendy. But so I think that a lot of us feel for them, right?
Was a much better grandmother than she was a mother, and she'll tell you that. And you know what? Today I'm fine. I turned out okay. I'm fine with that. My kids are her world, and that's okay.
You've also done a lot of work.
Yeah.
So it's a little different than a minor.
For girls. So I really enjoy like putting those boxes together, and I've sent a couple of them out. And I really enjoy doing them because it's not, I get stuck with all boy stuff, Minecraft and computer and this and that.
Oh, yeah,
I like to do that, and I just am sad for them. It's just not fair. It's not fair.
Sorry, Hope. How's the baby doing?
Girl, we got back down from her surgery. It's been rough. I don't think anything can fully prepare you for the experience, but the kidney is liking its new home in the right side of her body, and she's able to walk with a walker, and I've been taking care of my little grandbaby and staying literally one moment at a time. We've had some help. I just got done taking a very nice hot bath for a little bit of self-care and thought I would hop on. I've been keeping in touch with you. I'm so happy for you and the victims. Justice was served. I think
I saw I couldn't possibly answer the comments and stuff, but I did see, and I've been meaning to ask. I've just been
no, and I get it. This is the first time really I've been able to even take a few minutes to get on, and connect with you guys. But Lexi's doing well. We have a long road, but she is walking with a walker and short distances, and each day a tad bit stronger. So that's good. It's good news.
Good. I'm glad. Really difficult to think about self-care in, at least for me, right? I think that I've kind of been like a take care of other people and not myself type person.
Here I am. You got to see. I'm sure it was comical at the airport because somehow I lost the Southwest transport dude who's supposed to be wheeling Lexi, and we got through security, which was a shit show. Because we got Lexi in the wheelchair, I got the baby in the stroller, the bags. I mean, my ex is like outside smoking a cigar, doing whatever. I don't even know where he is, right? Of no help.
Right.
It was a trip. It was a trip getting home, but
like that. But I'm glad you guys got through it.
Yeah. And so far things look good. She'll have to have a lot of ultrasounds, and she has a procedure.
You could do that where you are, or do you have to travel?
The surgeon, we have a nephrologist, urology, and pain management already kind of set up. She has a stent removal that needs to come out because they basically reconstructed the left kidney and the bladder so that they could make the kidney fit in the pelvis. So she has a stent in there that comes out at one of our local hospitals on the 19th, and they'll do the ultrasounds and, lab work here. So it makes it a little easier. We're just kind of happy to be home. And
right. It's always better to be home.
When I saw you come on, I just wanted to give you, a hug from afar and tell you how, thanks for the support for our family. It means a lot. I've got a lot of messages, and I really appreciate the support. And there is information on our page if anybody has any questions about renal auto transplants and rare syndromes like Nutcracker syndrome. But I really was excited for you. And
it's been
I can see it in your face. Mm-hmm. I can see the joy and the relief in your face.
Yeah. It's been a long time,
Long time coming, girl.
Yeah.
Long time.
Well, we're kind of on the topic of kidneys. I know a lot of people. Oh, are you, Ollie? Well, I hope that it works out. I know I have bad kidneys. If you're new here, you don't know that. But I do have a decent amount of people with some medical backgrounds that are in my following. Has anybody ever heard of a condom in a straw as far as a kidney is concerned?
Say that again.
Lori, my kidneys are made by Wawa, 100%.
Oh my gosh.
But Lori says that she's got a scar from a condom and a straw. Thanks, Pippi.
No, I don't. It took me a minute to make sure I heard you right because I know I'm tired, but I don't even know what to say to that. That is the most ridiculous thing that I'm a medical advocate with a lot of experience in kidneys. I've never heard of such a thing before.
And I have
that's just common.
Doesn't work. I get kidney stones all the time.
You probably get calcium in your urine. It shows up. Yep.
I never, Lily Grace, you ever hear of a condom in a straw regarding the kidneys?
I just can't believe you said that.
It's crazy to me. Now,
I needed a laugh.
Straw I could kind of see because some could say a catheter is a straw, and a stent kind of looks like a catheter, right? Like a catheter straw. So, but I'm confused why she would have. Thank you. I'm confused why she would have condom in a straw or a scar. I don't have scars, and I have stents placed and taken out all the time.
Right. I don't. Yeah, I don't. And if you have had work like that done, whether it's bladder or involving the kidneys, you would know the basic terminology. I mean, even if you were not really well versed in the diagnosis, you would know that you have a stent in your body, or that you would know the terminology. So what she's saying is just
I got an idea. Maybe we could allegedly. Y'all, maybe we could put people, Lori, Victoria, P3DOs, and anybody, Casey Anthony, we could take her as well. And we could put them in the 51st state.
Man, that would be amazing. All on their own little island.
Cover the Wi-Fi connection.
Right. Oh. All right, I needed to laugh.
No, you're good. That'll work, right, Stewie? Just fucking ship them off.
Is it Stewie's birthday, by the way? Did I hear that? Happy birthday.
Yes, Stewie. When I was at the school that has been the topic of conversation for a while, that's what they used to do. They used to threaten to send us to Samoa.
Oh, gosh.
It never happened. You couldn't really get thrown out of a place like that. But also, I wanted to say, Lori, nobody gives a shit about your receipts if you have them, which I do not believe you do. Nobody cares, okay? You could continue to threaten people about. Thanks, Tanya. You could continue to threaten people with your receipts that you've had since the RV, and I could promise you that nobody would give a single fuck. Not a single fuck.
Yep. Yep. Agreed.
You know, she throws it out there like, thanks, April. We're all supposed to be like shaking in my boots. Guess what, Lori? I know people talk shit about me. Guess what? I don't give a single fuck.
Now, I might be a little behind here because, again, this is the first time in 2 weeks I've had a few minutes to log in, but I saw a video of her holding the phone, and I guess she was supposed to be walking her dog that almost got hit by a car or something. Did I see that right?
Yeah, I heard about it. Thanks, Give a Talk. I hope you're feeling better. I heard about it. One of the dogs ran into the street.
And almost in front of a vehicle, apparently.
Correct. But guess what? When you are not a responsible, I appreciate y'all. When you are not a responsible dog owner and you let your dogs run amok, things like that can happen.
Right.
So hi Luann, thank you. I really am a firm believer in she should not have animals. I don't think that she does caring for herself. And unfortunately, thank you. I really thought that when the girls were taken, I hoped, I should say, I hoped that she took that time to kind of get her shit right, you know, and fix what she had to do before she crashed and burned. She has proven over and over that is not the way that she's going to go. Right. And she is just continuing to make things worse for herself and the people around her. And I think that she's going to learn real fast, right? That even if she says all these bad things about Andy and accuses him of all this kind of crazy things, that doesn't mean they're coming back to her.
Right.
And I think that's a dangerous line to walk. And it doesn't seem like I know. It doesn't seem like she gives a shit.
Or she's in some sort of extreme denial. Right. And again, we could go down the personality disorder road, but that's too exhausting right now. You know?
And it's so fucking unfortunate to me because, like, those girls want a mom, dude.
Right. Yep.
So, Saida, I don't either. And partially because I do know that there were medications going missing, prescribed medications, right? So that to me, like, if my kids ever had to be prescribed a medication and like, I'm a junkie, right? So, like, if my kids ever had to be prescribed a medication and I knew that if without that medication, they were going to go into withdrawal, never in a million years would I touch that medication.
Yep.
That to me, like the things that she's done. I know that for some reason the text message came up again with the guy from. I seen it on Reddit. The text message from the offender, right? Mm-hmm. And that situation. It still blows my mind, y'all. Hi, bro. It still blows my mind that somebody would do that to their kid.
Right.
Mind blown.
Yep. And that's really the nitty gritty of it. I think that we all find so disturbing. I mean, we can laugh and entertain at her outlandish shenanigans.
Well, because the truth of it, the only people that are going to suffer
are the kids.
Are minors. And exactly. Why? She's not. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I can't. She always makes me giggle, even if it's like a serious line that's attempting to come out of my mouth. Right? It's so fucking unfortunate to me. And she hasn't stopped. Right? Like, that's what's fucking mind blowing to me.
Right.
Is that she knows. She has to know on some level what she's doing.
And there's no
she
change
can't help
behavior. Yeah. And I
Well, I really believe though that when she gets online and does the dancing and she's wearing an outfit that would be appropriate for an 18-year-old, that's where you kind of, and I'm not going to psychoanalyze her to death, but I will say that she sees herself very differently. I believe that she sees herself in such a different way, whether that's her younger self or youthfulness, whatever that is, that she does see herself so differently than the way we see her, and what way that it's coming across.
I am older than her.
Right.
Yeah. And I think that, don't get this wrong, we're not saying, I think that a self-image, if you have positive self-image, that's amazing.
Amen.
Sure. Confidence. Right.
Right. But using it in ways that it's being
Right, but
used
there's a
for, I think,
way,
is where
Ryan.
it's the issue. Right.
It's the dissociation
Right.
from her real self that is truly insane to me.
Right. Right. And again, I'm sure that there is a story like we all have in terms of a trauma, because that's where I go to when I look at her. I just go, my God, what a wounded woman.
Yes. Yeah.
What a wounded woman,
So I did meet some new friends that could be helpful with what I do at a federal level, which is good.
That's awesome.
I know. I was so, thanks, Smiley. She's 44.
Wait, Lori's 44?
She's 44. Yeah.
I am 54. I thought she was older, way older than me.
She was older than I am.
Oh
She's
my
3 years
gosh,
older than
man. Wow.
I'm older than her.
Wow.
Hey, we also have somebody on our direct team that's in your live right now that has like education in psychology and stuff and could be a very big help, and she doesn't give herself enough credit. But she silently analyzes people, and I think that what she has to offer and say, it always makes so much sense, and I think that she really she doesn't.
That's another thing, is that you never know. I didn't look. I'm sorry. You could let them up. I don't care. I'm sorry. I don't know. You could let them up. I'm not worried about it. You never know what professions people are in, right? And I say that a lot. And that was kind of, when I was trying to explain to the other students, because they were like, how did you raise so much money like that? They were kind of like shocked.
Right.
And I said, like, what? Babe, you up here, babe?
Hello?
Do you mean to be up here?
Red. Okay.
And I said, like, I guess the demographic, right, of people that follow me are trauma survivors, right? A lot of ex-addicts, and it doesn't have to be like trauma specific. It's people that have any kind of trauma, and it's just been.
There's a common bond with that.
Right. And I know, like, some people are like, I never got the chance to do that, and I'm glad that you do. And it's just been, they've been, Liz Einelli, the girl that wrote the book, she was like, make sure they know I said thank you. And just, it's really been amazing. And what was good about it is, it was like, when I first got there, the courtroom was almost empty. Right. But more and more people came. Like, I was able to send people money so that they could come, as the trial went on.
Right.
Oh my God,
So
that's
it was really hi Elizabeth. Sorry. It was kind of like heartwarming to see.
Well, my heart was with you through the weekend because I know that must have been a long weekend with how the jury kind of came back there,
I
on a
was
Friday.
so disappointed.
Yeah.
Because I saw the entire defense side of it, and I was like, there's no way,
Right.
way, because even if it did, I appreciate you, even if there was a witness that the defense like got a little bit with. As soon as the state came up and they got pushed back a yard.
Right.
And it's really difficult for people to understand the mechanisms, the ins and the outs of the school. And they really did such a great job doing that, like preparing themselves and educating themselves on the topics so that they could do that.
Right.
And when they said, so they started deliberating like at lunchtime,
Right.
on Friday. And I was like, we'll just go sit in the diner because there was a diner close by and there was a lot of us. And so we went and did that. And then they called us back, I guess around 4:00. And they had a note. The jury had sent a note. The questions that the jury had were both regarding victim 2 and specific things about her testimony. And they were like, well, the judge said maybe we'll give them until 5:15 or so. And they wound up saying that they couldn't come up with a verdict. So we went home. And I was so disappointed.
Yeah.
I knew that there was no way that they were not going to convict him. I knew that.
Right.
And what I didn't know, because we weren't able to really talk about it, we'll all be there for sentencing. There were over 20 SA victims that disclosed to the FBI after he was arrested, right?
Wow.
Because of the statute of limitations, he was only able to be charged with the trafficking component. But they had them there ready to testify if need be. And I didn't know that until after. I also was kind of taken aback by the things like the private investigator on the defense's team was harassing witnesses.
Oh my gosh.
Literally stalking their families.
Wow.
Stalking their families, just doing, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, how is that legal? They went and filmed, because the girl, Liz Ionelli, that wrote the book, she's in a documentary that's on like the film circuit, the festival right now. And they went and filmed it, pirating that documentary, and then entered it as evidence.
Wow. For their side. Unbelievable.
And I was like, wait, thank you. I'm like, they're just like committing federal crimes and admitting that as evidence, and that's okay? I was mind blown with what they were able to get away with.
Right.
Because that's crazy to me. Crazy. And he didn't have a paid attorney. He had a public defender. From what I understand, she wrote a book with the private investigator. And when I was reading the synopsis of it, right, it said she's tried 30 cases and got 9 acquittals.
Yikes. I'm sorry, that's not a great record.
I read that Friday night.
Wow. So that was after you guys got the notice that the jury...
It was after we had taken the break for the weekend. And I was just like, that's a terrible record, right?
Wow.
But then I also realized that it's the feds, and
Right.
the government isn't coming unless that they're getting you. So that was comforting as well. Hope, you there, Hope? I saw that she dropped. Oh no, there you go.
I'm here.
Okay. Hi, Lemon. So it was a lot. It was, feds have a 98% conviction rate. And I'm telling you, I kept coming back to that, right? They come to convict, period. So her, was her, record that bad? You know?
Right.
It's been my therapist, he did so none of his witnesses aside from his wife,
Uh-huh.
every single one of the defense's witness, they were subpoenaed. They did not want to be there,
Wow.
except
They were essentially hostile witnesses.
they did make Liz Ionelli a hostile witness. And it was, you know what was crazy to me is like, she wasn't on trial, right? But the defense painted her as the person that orchestrated all of these lies.
Wow.
It was, I'm glad.
All the lies, like unbelievable,
What's
man.
crazy, Saida, she wasn't there for the verdict. The wife was not there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she wasn't there. So there were 3 victims, 2 of which were male. During testimony, they did describe his private parts. So the defense thought that it was a good idea to take a picture of those private parts and put them on a 45-inch screen in front of
Oh, my God.
in front of the victims with no trigger warning.
Unbelievable.
All right. Then the wife got up there, and I swear to God, I was like, is she on his side or not? Because she was shaming the fuck out of him. He has a very small, you know what? He has problems with impotency. She also handed over his trophies.
Wow.
I was like, is she with us or against us? Because he just sat there with his head down. No, but they've been married for 25 years. She worked at the school.
Oh, that's right. I do remember you saying she worked at the school.
Right. She held it in for way too
You know.
long.
Hey, I keep forgetting to talk to you about this, but my dad was a special education teacher, from where I'm originally from, and he just retired like about 10 years ago, and I want to talk to him about that so bad, but I'm just afraid, like, I don't want to like make him feel like I'm shaming him, if he ever had anything to do with. Because there's a good chance that he could have possibly had something to do with sending a child there. And I'm like, I want to talk to him about it because I want him to know that, like, I don't hold that against him, but I don't know how to bring it up, where.
I think that now, so here's the crazy thing, right? The people that owned the school, Hancock, New York is listen, give a talk. We were laughing. So it's fine. The people that owned the school, they're very small town New York. They're powerful in that.
Yeah.
And
a lot of those towns are like
right.
that, and people don't realize
they
it.
own, thank you, Lenny. They own the whole town. So when you have half the town having their paychecks signed by that family, they own the newspaper, right? So it's very hush in the town.
Right.
But it's out there. It's known now. It is very weird like that, Lulu. Thanks, homegirl. There's no denying it now, right? they've always gotten away with, you know, the defense tried the same shit. Like they used our yearbook blurbs or like pictures that we took while we were on like choir vacation type things.
Right.
And they were like, oh, did you write this? No, we didn't fucking write it. We didn't write that stuff. And the defense kept saying that we were quiet for all this time. We've never been quiet. We've never been quiet about it. We've been actually the opposite of quiet for a really long time, but nobody was listening to us.
That's the piece there. Right.
Correct. But it's because the school did such a good job of, you know, we were criminals, we were bad kids, we were this, we were that. So they caused like this wedge, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish he fucking did. I wish he did. They lied. The staff, most of them, my therapist, for instance, she was honest for the most part. You know, staff that still has open civil cases were not. But my therapist, after she testified, I spoke to her outside the courtroom, and she almost broke down. And she's like, you know, this is killing me. We thought we were doing the right thing, and it's killing me. What up, T? And I think that, you know, she's older, you know, that they're older now. And I think that they're getting to the point where they know that their time is limited. And I think that the more time that they have away from the cult, right, they start thinking about the things that were done in that school and reflecting on how much trauma it caused. You certainly can't deny that there are 156 alumni that are no longer here. That's not, it's something that you don't forget. And they lied about stupid things like isolation was only for a couple of hours. Kids were allowed to go to the dorm at night. No, I stayed wrapped in that blanket with duct tape for days. No going to the dorm. Yeah, exactly, Lenny. Well, Eastridge is kind of where the family school got their model from, if you will. But it was interesting. I'll say that.
So how do you, beyond, you know, elation and, you know, the feelings of retribution, validation, how have you been feeling the last couple of days? Being able to now take it in a little bit. You know what I mean?
I'm a little disappointed with one of the people that are, in my opinion, most culpable will probably never serve a day in prison.
Right.
That's a little disheartening, right? Because clearly there were people, I find them all to be complicit, right?
Yeah.
I think that if you worked there for longer than a day and you did not trigger, well, and we know there was investigations, but if you did not report what you witnessed, then you're complicit to me.
Yep.
However, when you know better, you do better. And I'm a firm believer of that mantra.
Yeah.
And like Jimmy, right? Merb's husband, he was honest on the stand. He said that Paul had anger issues. He was harsh on students. And even though we have like a kind of class sheet, right? Like I have a problem with his wife speaking about the school. I thanked him for being honest. You know, because that's all a lot of, like, you can't go back and change it, right?
Right.
So I think that all we really wanted was for them to say, hey, look, I'm sorry, we fucked up.
Right.
Right. And so he did do that, but I still think it's a good idea that he leave this topic off of his wife's YouTube channel. But it's and I think that there's a very different thing where, like, just because staff had students that they, Chrissy, you want to be up here?
Yep.
Okay. Just because staff had a group of students that they were good with, right? They played favorites, so they were good with some, but then fucking awful to others, right? So they all did that. It was an across the board thing. Paul, who was the guy that was just convicted, he always, I was always uncomfortable near him. And he was my family leader for over a year.
Wow.
He just always made me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I think that now that I know that he has a very small issue, right? That makes sense, right? Because men that are like that have power issues, or, you know, they do things like that. So the defense was trying to blame it on Tony, who was the original owner, and said that Paul just wanted to be like Tony.
Right.
Yeah.
Predatory behavior.
Right. And that's the thing, right? Like, the things that they picked apart. Hi, Kira. The things that they were trying to pick apart, right? Overcompensating.
Dylan, somebody, Tracy asked unit question mark. I don't think a lot of people understand that whole family thing. So if you can just quickly just let them know
I
that.
was talking about his very small.
No. Oh, I thought you were talking about the family unit. My bad. Whoopsie daisy.
No. I was talking because that was their thing, is, you know, there were students that, and this was another thing that was infuriating to me. All three victims gave different sizes. Thanks, Doodle. But, like, do you take out a fucking ruler when you are being sexually assaulted? No, you don't.
Right.
And victim one, yes, Tiffany, exactly. Victim one, you know, I was, because it's hard to explain the dynamics of the student body, because my era, I'll say, like, the 90s were rough, right? They did try to conform and tailor their policies and procedures as the reports built up. They didn't wrap kids in a blanket with duct tape anymore, right? And he was there before me. And so I spent a lot of time with him, and in the detention hearing, he said that he felt like that was when seeing, you know, the defendant, which was Paul, in handcuffs, he finally felt like he couldn't hurt him anymore. And after the verdict, like, I went up to hug him, and, like, he just kind of sunk in my arms, you know, and he's like, finally, it's over. Like, it's 30 years later. Thanks, Beauty Junkie. And it's almost unheard of that this would happen without physical evidence. He was convicted on testimony alone. Right? And that is, like, I do think Reddit, there's the Trouble Teen Reddit, like the Trouble Teen industry subreddit, they called it one of the most important trials of the TTI Trouble Teen industry, because 25 years later, he's convicted. So anybody in that industry should really take note of that, right? Because it's changing.
There are some states now that are changing the statute of limitations specifically for these situations involving other schools in other states, including Maryland, because I happened to be in Baltimore and was reading the local news or watching it or something, and that actually came up where they for victims, just like you guys in schools in the state of Maryland, they can now go after them.
Well, so that's one of the biggest actually hang up that we had is the statute of limitations, because most of the time when we get out, like when I got out of that place, I was not right for a long time, right? And so 5 years which is what most statute of limitations would be. You're not ready. You're not even prepared to face it. You're not prepared to talk about it. Most of us, anyway. So it's not enough time, and the only reason it was because he crossed state lines.
Right.
That's
I'm curious.
Then it becomes federal.
Right.
I'm very curious to see, as you guys have made this public, how many more victims come forward. Because you're looking at 30 years, and there's a repeat pattern.
Right, 100%. And he also worked with kids. He volunteered for the Hobie organizations. I agree, Sunshine. I agree. And I also, so there are several steps here, right? New York opening that CVA is what started this, right? Because when New York opened the statute of limitations on sexual assault, people sued them. You were able to hold your abuser accountable civilly, right? There were, I think, a dozen lawsuits filed to the school and its staff. That is what kind of opened the door to the feds, right?
Right. Yeah.
Because once we got the feds' attention, they could pick it up. They called it, in Liz's book, she calls it the nexus. And that was a very important part of this, right? Now, when he got arrested, the feds opened up an email for us specifically. And that's how we know that there was over 20 people that accused him of sexual assault.
Wow.
I wish that they would do that for other, like physical abuse or emotional torture, which is what that school was.
Well, and they're also doing it and with religious organizations in certain states where removing the statute of limitations for, like I was a victim of an elder. My mom was a Jehovah's Witness, and that was her faith. And I grew up for the first 10 years in that with a mom who was mentally ill, and I was abused by an elder. And they're just now changing some of those laws even to be able to go after religious organizations that are cultish-like in protecting.
That's what I'm saying. I wish that we could.
I mean, they protect. They protected they did not protect me. They instead protected him.
And that's kind of what we're dealing with here, right? It's because it was very culty. It was, I wish that, what terrifies me is that there are still 100,000 kids today in programs like that.
Right. Yep.
You may not see it, but you probably started a domino effect. Because speaking personally, if your voice is loud, someone else is going to join suit and find strength in that.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm great. I know Liz said she was done. And I get it. It's really exhausting. And she became like a target, right? Like the case wasn't even about her. And they kept asking her on the stand, she was accusing Paul of sexual assault.
Right.
Else, a different staff member at the school, but they kept their focus on her, even though it had nothing to do with her. Liz is a traumatologist, right? Before she did it with our community, she did it with vets and other, compromised people that deal with trauma. And they were trying to make it like she was on the internet telling people to come forward and like, no, she was advocating for the CVA and telling, victims, if this happened to you, contact me so that I can walk you through the steps on how to get justice. They twisted that, right? And I was so grateful that the state in their closing said, this is what Liz Iannelli does. This is her career. Right. She's just doing it with her community. Hi, Rant.
She's passionate.
I'm glad that they did that, but she's tired.
Yeah.
And I get that. And I would never push, like that. She could rest, right?
I think you all should.
Right. After the verdict, we were able to talk to, the state, and the defense was not happy for obvious reasons, and the jurors, right? And we were all super emotional for obvious reasons, and they were emotional as well. Like, I can't imagine how much they had to go through, and a lot of them have kids of their own. A couple of the jurors said they wanted to look into it now, because remember that they were sequestered. They had no knowledge of it until now. So now they could start looking into it, and they're gonna see. And I told them, I said, you made the right choice. And we're just so grateful that they made that choice. I know he wasn't convicted on 2 counts, but guess what? He is never going to see daylight again, right? So either way, it's a win.
You're never, ever allowed to go away again. I don't care for what. You only get a 24-hour reprieve. That's it.
Oh, Lord. It's busy, right?
And on behalf of every community, because really, from what I've dealt with this week, you're in every community. So I want to thank you for being our family. You mean so much to us.
The dogs were happier to see me than my cat was. Come here. Yeah,
I can't believe that.
It's been a lot. Hi, L to the no.
It's just been a lot. And I'll tell you, I have a whole new appreciation for you that I got nothing. I'm just done.
My sister's good. She's healing up nicely. The baby is such a good baby, y'all. He really is such a good baby. I've been dropping Florida Gray's posts in our group chat on Facebook for the survivors, because I think that, they've been home. I think that I see it, right? But not, they don't see it. And I was letting them read, because they were mind blown with the GoFundMe, right? And I let them read the comments, because sometimes, like, especially with the waiting in with the verdicts, like, we were kind of upset about it, right? So I show them, I was letting them read the comments so that they understood that, like, it's not just us anymore.
Right.
You'll never be alone.
Because for a long time, it was us against everybody. Like, nobody, not that nobody, but people, hold on, I got a puzzle piece. People that aren't associated with the TTI, they didn't get it. Oh, my news is up. You want to watch it together?
Of course.
She just sent me the link.
Now that we have a completely new homes.com with a beautiful new design and the most in-depth info,
I'm trying
all we need now is Do we? So we're gonna
While that ad is playing, is
I
Poppy
know I
gonna
can't
drop?
skip it on a news
with
thing.
shopping for homes.
But is Poppy gonna drop the shirt
Survivors
soon?
have been fighting for decades has officially come to a close. Former students from the Family Foundation School in Hancock put their abuser on the stand, and on Monday, former teacher Paul Gear was found guilty in federal court. 12 News' Aaron Lawler spoke with alumni and is live in the studio with more information. Aaron? Thank you, Nicole. In April of 2024, Paul Gear was indicted for coercing, transportating, and sexually abusing students. On Monday, Gear was found guilty on 4 out of 6 counts. A warning for our viewers, this story will touch on deeply disturbing facts involving sexual assault and torture.
Like an abused child becomes an adult with memories. And we don't forget, and a lot of us come back for answers and justice.
Tucked away in the mountains of Hancock,
Jeez,
up an
this is
8-mile-long, windy dirt road, was a boarding school for teens.
Parents were manipulated. The children were manipulated. The staff was manipulated. Everybody was manipulated. And for what?
The behavior modification program at Family Foundation School was founded by recovering alcoholics Tony and Betty Argyros in 1979, later to be taken over by their son, Emmanuel, or Mike Argyros. Mike later changed the name to Allenwood Academy, which closed in 2014.
It was a much different place in the 80s and 90s than it was in the 2000s. They were investigated the entire time they were open. And a lot of those investigations had them changing a lot of their protocol.
She's
like
showing
the blankets and the duct tape.
After years of torture,
I ate the old moldy tuna. I threw it up, and they forced me to eat my vomit in front of everybody.
manipulation,
Instantly saw that he was a maniac from day one. The worst temper of almost anyone I've ever met, and he was a control freak.
Amen.
sexual assault,
He
Baby
immediately
Mark.
looked at my schedule and told me under no uncertain terms that whatever I had to do, I had to get out of choir to stay away from him. She saved my life. She's the reason I'm not a victim in this case, right? She's the reason I'm alive to this day.
and leaving more than 150 alumni dead by suicide or overdose. The survivor regained their life. Paul Gear, the choir teacher and leader of Family 6, was put on trial for 6 counts. 3 counts of coercion and enticement,
Hi.
and 3 counts of transportation with intent to engage in criminal sexual activity. Those actions happened in 1994, 2000, and 2001.
Unwrapping the emotion of what it was like there and like how that emotion is
Yeah,
been in
he
my
sure
body
did.
for all these years.
He sure did.
I haven't been able to like put words to it
I
until
agree.
like the past
I get it.
few years, and like with Paul's case, it's like
Oh, it's already been done. It's already been done.
together and be like, oh my god, like
The evidence at trial proved
What
Gear
up?
tortured students, depriving them of food or forcing them to eat regurgitated food, binding children in rugs and leaving them in empty, isolated room for days or hours, and forcing children to perform physical labor. Gear also took 2 students across state lines with the intent to engage
It's a
in
good
sexual
one.
activity. While on those trips, Gear raped each of the 2 children.
He's facing 50 years in prison. We don't expect Paul Gear to ever see the light of day again.
It's a historical case for the industry because now other industry survivors will have a case to point to, that hopefully will set precedent and
Do you
start
need it
to change
electronically?
laws.
it feels
One second.
really, really validating. Like I'm being
Yeah, hold on a second.
seen.
It's a long. I didn't expect it to be this long.
Also feels like hopeful.
For all counts, Gear faces a sentence of up to 25 years in prison, a fine of $500,000, and 10 years of supervised release. The sentencing is scheduled for July 9th, 2025.
My daughter's
12
birthday.
News reached out to the former owner of the factory, Mike Zero, says he has no comment on the matter. Reporting live in studio, Aaron Lawler, 12 News.
No comment on the matter.
Down, everybody. Now that we have a completely new
He's gonna
Wow.
my buzz.
I'm actually like my face is in this interview.
Right.
So, Bill, and I'm just going to stop up here for 2 seconds. I want to say, first of all, we are all proud of you.
Absolutely.
Second of all, I would like to throw out a suggestion. I know you said the shirts with John on the back of them. All that money's going to the people to get there to the GoFundMe. Can I suggest that you guys raise the price on them? And that way it covers 2 shirts. One to donate to the survivors on your Facebook page and one for us to wear. I know I would 100% buy one at the double price.
Can we get him in here?
I'll share it now.
Yeah. Because
I
I'm
mean,
not
that's,
sure.
yeah, I don't know how many people you have in the survivors Facebook page. I know there's a lot of you, but in my opinion,
Like a buy one, get one type thing?
yeah, in my opinion, you guys all deserve one because your guys' voices after 25 years it's finally being heard. And even if I bought both of them and sent both of them, it would not matter. As far as I'm concerned, you guys would need them more than we would.
I don't deal with like the logistics of it, so I don't know how that would work. Hi, Shell.
Well, if he can't come in, then I would suggest write it in your little notebook so that way we can all get out there and start supporting you even more. I want to make sure as many can go to the sentencing as possible.
Yeah, I actually did the math today, and I spent more because I also covered like the food while there.
Yeah.
I mean, you could email. Email is the best way to get in touch with me.
I DM'd Poppy, so he should have gotten the DM.
Okay, that's a suggestion I will throw out there, and I'm all aboard. And I know, like they said earlier, Bill, and you're not just in your group. I have heard your name all across this whole week that you've been gone, where everybody's supporting you, and so you have thousands of people in your community backing you up that would do this.
Yeah, I will.
I don't think people realize whether it's like what my family just went through, having to travel, out of state to have surgery and staying in Airbnbs and airlines and the medical costs and the groceries. And, it's the same sort of thing. It's an immense expense for many of these victims to be able to be there and be with each other, because I think that that's invaluable to healing in a situation like this. For you guys to be able to come together.
And don't forget to pack your pajamas.
Listen, I forgot to pack pajamas. I don't think that thanks guys. I don't think that like the day that I left, I was like rushing. Can Ahmad drop my email in the chat? You know what? It might be in my link tree. And I was, it was crazy. I forgot, and I had to go to Walmart and buy like a pair of shorts to sweep it because I was rushing. Like I literally got up that day, and they said by Thursday. Can you explain? Are you busy? Are you at work? And I did. It was a mess, y'all. I was a mess. I was super emotional, too, right? Like I just wasn't right in my head.
Yeah. Yeah. That's normal. It's to be expected.
I'll talk to him privately because he's at Applebee's. He's probably not going to be able to hear. I'll talk to him. I'm going to hop off though. It's been a long fucking day, y'all.
Yeah, I'm happy for you, sweetie. And we're on the other side of my kid's surgery, and
Mommy,
I appreciate
knew that
the
was gonna
support.
happen. Didn't I say that publicly? I know she's going to have the baby while I'm gone. I knew that.
Oh, yeah, she did. Yep.
Spanish Dad can hear you, so you can say it. We basically want to buy one shirt for the benefit of Margaret's organization and have one donated to one of the people there.
Queen of being banned 2.0 at gmail.com.
Is that doable? on
I
your
don't
end?
know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know the logistics. That's his department.
That's what I'm asking. If I were to purchase one, can you send one to Villain?
Thanks, guys.
And she could get a tally of how many large, extra large, small, medium, whatever,
Right.
and we can fulfill that for them so that they don't have to out of pocket money that
Right.
they're raising for this cause.
Right. Like to it both. I don't want, like, if people can't donate, right? Like, okay, he could figure it out. Perfect. I don't know, y'all. Like, all I do is say, right. Thank you. 143 Katie. Right.
Hey, thank you, Poppy. I love you. I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah. Sorry, Stagey. I'm about to end. I will post that article or interview. But I appreciate y'all more than y'all can even imagine.
Well, we love you, sweetie. And
I think that it'll be a little bit of a heavy topic for a while.
yeah, for sure. And that's okay.
As all the press, we're not
Yeah.
done with interviews and stuff. So
Yeah.
If you ever need me, I'm available 24/7. You know how to reach me. Don't be shy.
yeah,
I love you.
I love you. All right, y'all. I hope everything goes okay.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
All right.
I love you, sister.
Have a good night.